My name is Danielle Sawyer, and this is my presentation on biometrics and also the inaccurate use by Hollywood. So, what is biometrics? Is it more than just a fingerprint? Of course it is. There are actually 15 different types of biometrics. You have DNA matching, iris and retina recognition, ear shape, face recognition, finger and hand geometry, typing, two different types of voice identification, signature, vein, your odor, and of course, a fingerprint. So, fingerprint biometrics and how does it work? Fingerprint scanners, they're using a light penetrating microprocessor that creates a digital picture. So, when they're scanning the gaps in between the ridges of our finger, it's actually measuring the distance and logging that. So, when a person places their finger on the scanner, the ridges of the part that touch the surface, those are the ones that have been measured and logged, and that's how it can tell who you are. So, can you just go up and touch any scanner to try and access? No. Did you enroll? So, because you have to have your fingerprint in a database, you have to enroll, which means getting your fingerprints taken, then placed into the database, and then it can match your print to who you are and either allow access or deny. So, this is a scene out of Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom. When you look at the picture above, can you see where he would have failed in his fingerprint scan? When I look at it, it looks seemingly innocent. He did a great job. However, his thumb is sideways on the scanner. Now, the only way that this would make a valid scan is if his print was initially logged with a side view. If not, then he would fail. In the movie What Happened to Monday, a slightly gruesome scene here, but she had cut off the tip of another person's finger and then craftily placed that on her own finger and taped it on so that she could pass the fingerprint scan. Thrifty, I know, but she needs to clean it off because fingerprint scanners can be very finicky when it comes to any type of liquid on your hand. Sweat, blood, water, whatever it may be, they can fail a scan if there's anything on them, even dust. The other type of scanner that I want to address is the iris scanner that I've seen in movies. So, how does this work? The iris scanner is measuring patterns in the iris, the colored circles in your eye, and works by illuminating the iris with invisible infrared light that picks up unique patterns. Now, these patterns, of course, are not visible to the naked eye, and that's where these scanners come in handy. So, a few things that I've learned, and it also detects the liveness of an eye by how it reacts to the light. So, in many movies, you see the person placing their face really close to the scanner. However, the scanners can detect and scan up to 6 feet away. So, you don't have to get your eye as close to it as you see in the movies. Also, what we like to see, I chose What Happened to Monday, and we've seen this in a lot of movies, is the eyeball in a bag trick. So this is a great movie with lots of biometrics in it. So I had to grab another instance. And as we just learned, the scanner uses and detects liveness in the eye. So if you're using a dead eye in a bag, there would be no reaction to the light as it scans and it would fail. Also, you notice it's in a bag. If you ever flashed a light on a bag, you'll know that the reflection will bounce off of it, which would also cause the scan to fail. So there are so many great movies that are out there that are using biometrics. Really, it's the movies that are in the early 90s and even the 80s where they falsely used biometrics. It seems like they seem to be getting more spot on the more recent that the movies are. So when digging into movies from the last 5 years, it's actually quite difficult to find any inaccurately used biometrics. Here's my slide of my We're Excited, and I appreciate your time and thank you for your help throughout this semester.